In the world of cinema, a select few films have shattered expectations, crossed borders, and earned billions, becoming cultural landmarks and box office legends. Today, we're counting down the top 10 highest-grossing movies of all time, based on worldwide box office earnings. These are the blockbusters that turned storytelling into global phenomena. Let's begin the countdown. At number 10 is The Avengers, the superhero film that changed everything. Released in 2012, it brought together Marvel's biggest heroes: Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk for the first time on screen. Directed by Joss Whedon and led by a powerhouse cast including Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Mark Ruffalo, The Avengers was more than just a movie. It was a cinematic event. With thrilling action, witty dialogue, and a team-up fans had waited years for, the film grossed an incredible $1.52 billion worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing superhero movie at the time. It holds an IMDb rating of 8.0 and a 91% score on Rotten Tomatoes, proving that critics and fans were equally impressed. Coming in at number 9 is The Lion King, Disney's 2019 photorealistic remake of its beloved animated classic. Directed by Jon Favreau, this visually stunning adventure featured a star-studded voice cast including Donald Glover as Simba, Beyoncé as Nala, Seth Rogen, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. The film reimagined the original story with cutting-edge CGI, bringing the African savanna to life like never before. Despite mixed reviews, with a 6.8 rating on IMDb and 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, audiences flocked to theaters, and The Lion King roared its way to a massive $1.66 billion at the global box office, making it the highest-grossing animated remake of all time. At number 8 is Jurassic World, the 2015 revival of the iconic dinosaur franchise. Directed by Colin Trevorrow and starring Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, the film transported audiences back to Isla Nublar, now a fully functioning dinosaur theme park. With jaw-dropping effects, nostalgic callbacks, and thrilling action, Jurassic World became a box office beast, earning $1.67 billion worldwide. It scored a 6.9 on IMDb and 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, and its success proved that dinosaurs still rule the big screen. Swinging into the number 7 spot is Spider-Man: No Way Home, released in 2021. Directed by John Watts and starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Benedict Cumberbatch, the film made cinematic history by bringing together 3 generations of Spider-Men, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield reprising their iconic roles. Fueled by nostalgia, emotional storytelling, and multiverse madness, No Way Home became the highest-grossing Spider-Man film ever, pulling in a staggering $1.92 billion worldwide. It holds an impressive 8.2 rating on IMDb and a 93% score on Rotten Tomatoes, making it both a fan favorite and a critical success. At number 6 is Avengers: Infinity War, the 2018 Marvel epic that brought together nearly every hero in the MCU. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, the film starred Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Josh Brolin, Scarlett Johansson, and dozens more. It followed the Avengers' desperate attempt to stop Thanos from collecting the Infinity Stones and ended with one of the most shocking cliffhangers in movie history. With emotional stakes, massive battles, and unforgettable moments, Infinity War earned $2.05 billion worldwide, becoming one of the biggest cinematic events of all time. It holds an 8.4 rating on IMDb and 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, cementing its place as a superhero masterpiece. At number 5 is Ne Zha 2, a Chinese animated fantasy that stunned the global box office in 2025. Directed by Yu Yang, this sequel follows the mystical rebirth of Ne Zha and Aobing after a catastrophic event, blending ancient mythology with dazzling animation. With voice performances by Yanting Lu, Mohan, and Hao Chen, the film captivated audiences with its emotional depth and visual spectacle. Despite being less known in the West, Ne Zha 2 earned a jaw-dropping $2.15 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing Chinese film ever. It holds a strong IMDb rating of 8.1 and a Metascore of 63, proving that great storytelling transcends borders. At number 4 is Titanic, the romantic disaster epic that became a cultural phenomenon. Directed by James Cameron and starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, The film tells the tragic love story of Jack and Rose aboard the ill-fated RMS Titanic. With sweeping visuals, unforgettable music, and emotional storytelling, Titanic captured hearts around the world. It grossed a staggering $2.26 billion globally and held the box office crown for over a decade. With an IMDb rating of 7.9 and a Metascore of 75, it remains one of the most beloved films of all time and a defining moment in cinematic history. At number 3 is Avatar: The Way of Water, the long-awaited sequel to James Cameron's sci-fi masterpiece. Returning to the moon Pandora, the film follows Jake Sully and Neytiri as they protect their family from new threats. With groundbreaking underwater visuals and a powerful environmental message, the film pushed cinematic boundaries once again. Starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and Sigourney Weaver, The Way of Water earned $2.32 billion worldwide, proving that the Avatar universe still holds massive appeal. It scored a 7.5 on IMDb and a Metascore of 67, with praise for its visual innovation. At number 2 is Avengers: Endgame, the epic conclusion to Marvel's Infinity Saga. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, the film united nearly every hero in the MCU for one final battle against Thanos. With emotional farewells, jaw-dropping action, and fan service moments galore, Endgame was a cinematic event like no other. Led by Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Mark Ruffalo, the film grossed an astonishing $2.8 billion globally, briefly holding the title of highest-grossing movie ever. It boasts an IMDb rating of 8.4 and a Metascore of 78, a fitting finale to a decade of storytelling. And at number 1, still reigning supreme, is Avatar, the original sci-fi epic that changed cinema forever. Directed by James Cameron, the film follows Jake Sully, a paraplegic Marine sent to the alien moon Pandora, where he becomes torn between duty and love for the Na'vi people. With revolutionary 3D technology and immersive world-building, Avatar became a global sensation. Starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, and Sigourney Weaver, the film earned a record-breaking $2.92 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing movie of all time. It holds a 7.9 rating on IMDb and an 83 Metascore, and its influence continues to shape blockbuster filmmaking. And that's the countdown, the top 10 highest-grossing movies of all time. Which of these films is your favorite? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic countdowns.